What is going on, everybody? I'm David, and I'm here today to discuss two very important topics on this day. One was the trade deadline, where Denver did absolutely nothing, and the other is the preview for the Broncos and Raiders, because this week they decided to play on Thursday night. I bet just so many people are going to want to watch that game, except for Broncos fans, probably nobody. But anyways, we are here to talk about them both and have a drink, so let's get right into it. Okay, first things first, the trade deadline. Today, for me, it seemed like it was pretty quiet. There wasn't much going on, but according to Adam Schefter, this is the second highest most number of trades on a trade deadline day, with, I think it was 10, which felt a lot less than it normally is, but that's beyond the point. And Denver did not do anything. And believe it or not, I'm probably one of the few people who's going to say this, but I am so glad that Denver did not do anything. And my main reason for that is because even though our defense is fantastic, so obviously we didn't need to touch that, maybe get some corner help with Pat Surtain injured, but on offense was the main thing I was worried about, because there's all these rumors with the receivers, but I know we don't have like a Jamar Chase or a Justin Jefferson or something like that, but we do have Courtland Sutton, who is a bargain for how good he is. He is Bo's trust guy when you just got to throw a jump ball 50-50. You know you can trust Courtland to bring it down. Now, with everyone else, Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims and Pat Bryant, those guys are all kind of still figuring out their roles. And I didn't want even to trade them away because they are growing into their roles, and eventually Courtland Sutton is going to start declining. I mean, he was drafted in 2018, which means he's getting probably close to the 30-ish range, 28 or 29 probably now. So we got to look to the future at the same time, and I don't think for who was rumored, I mean, Jalen Waddle is the only big name, but at that point, I'm not really sure where he would fit in the offense, on top of the fact that he would cost a lot, and we're already strapped for money because, we're still paying for Russell Wilson for only one more year, thank God. So I was glad we didn't do anything, because everyone is, we're cruising. Our defense is kind of carrying us right now. But we're slowly figuring things out, and I didn't want a trade to mess with what was soon to be working. So on that front, I was glad. The only thing I could have imagined was maybe draft picks, but I don't think you trade draft picks to draft picks on trade deadline day. That doesn't make any sense, nor do I think you can do that anyways. So I was glad nothing happened today. The only place I feel like we could have traded for and I wouldn't have been upset about was tight end, because for some weird reason, no matter who's at tight end, I feel like our tight ends just never used, or they're always underwhelming. But Evan Ingram, he's had his ups and downs. I mean, last week against the Texans, he had no catches on 3 targets. So unfortunately, he's kind of useless there. But if he was even used as a distraction for a couple guys on the field, that is him being useful. So I'll take it. So to summarize what I am saying is that trade deadline day, for me personally, I was okay with and I'm happy with. So that is that. Now into the big thing. This week, Denver's playing on Thursday. Now, fortunately, I want to start streaming again, but my best friend's birthday's on Thursday, so I can't. Fortunately, so that's going to have to wait. Hopefully I'll just stream some games on Sunday. We'll see. But anyways, they're playing the Raiders, and they are, I believe, at home. Yes, they are at home for this game. And at the moment, I believe they're 8.5-point favorites, which, at home, I feel like people are still skeptical of how good Denver is. I mean, I am too, but 8.5 at home against the Raiders, who are terrible. And, well, at this point, since they traded Jacoby Myers today, that line has probably gone up to probably 9.5 or so. But I was hoping it would be at least 10. I feel we could easily dominate the Raiders by 2 to 3 touchdowns in this game. I mean, our defense will not let Geno Smith do a damn thing. So they'll be heavily reliant on Ashton Genty, and other than a game or two, he has been mid as hell. So I feel like we shouldn't have an issue locking down the Raiders' defense, or the offense. As for the Raiders' defense, last I heard, they're atrocious. So they're not giving up 40 points like a game, basically, like the Bengals and the Cowboys are. But to be honest, I can't name a single person on that defense other than Max Crosby. I mean, how many of you guys can name somebody on that defense besides Max Crosby? I can name somebody who used to be there, Cleveland Farrell, when they drafted him in 4th overall in 2020 or something. But he's gone, and he's on a practice squad somewhere now, I'd probably, if I had to guess. But other than that, I can't name a damn person on that Raiders defense. And so I imagine that Bo Nix and our offense should line it up. Now, I feel like I had this belief for a week. We do not commit to the run enough. I feel like if we commit to the run some more, things will go much better. It's weird. Like every time J.K. Dobbins touches the ball, it feels like he gets junk yardage. And R.J. Harvey proved last week that he's also very good as a receiving back. So you have that 1-2 punch that we've had all for most of the year. But it feels like I feel like Denver's was wanting to try to throw the ball more and be an explosive offense that way, rather than just relying on our run game. I mean, Bo Nix is the least sacked quarterback in the NFL. And if we're if we're trying to pass it and he's getting sacked the least in the NFL, you have that time and that ability for the line to open up. Now, granted, take what I'm saying probably with a grain of salt, because I am just a fan of this sport, and I actually never played football myself, so I'm not really sure the exact science behind, play calls and all the, your game plans and all that. I am just saying what I feel like would be a good idea because of what I've seen on the field in the past. So, this game, if we do not win by, I want to say I want to see him win by at least 3 touchdowns, but knowing our offense, I think we'll only win by 2. So, who knows? The question is, this is a great game for us to shut them out. I would love to see a shutout at home against the Raiders. That would get the crowd going. So that's what I'm hoping for. As if for the, what we got left here? The Raiders offense, Denver's defense. Going to shut them down. We'll blow out the Raiders offense. Now, the only thing that scares me is their special teams, because they've been kind of ass lately. And I don't know if Marvin Mims is going to play. And we need him badly, because Michael Bandy last week receiving kicks did not go well. We need Marvin Mims back. Now, today, as of Wednesday and recording this, or Tuesday, he did practice, and I'm hoping he will come out of concussion protocol this week. But the only issue is it is a short week. So I don't know. I'd say if we were playing on Sunday, he definitely would be. But he did practice today, which is good. So I'm hoping he'll play on Thursday. So for the prediction of this game, I'm thinking, do I want to predict the shutout? Should I? Should I be that ballsy? Screw it. We're doing it. I'm predicting us to win 30-0. I'm going to be that bold because I have that much faith in this team, because we have proved that we can win in a million different ways. Now I want to see our defense dominate, our offense dominate so badly that we win by 4 touchdowns. That would be my dream. Bo Nix throws for 3 touchdowns and has 350 passing yards. I want to see them dominate. Now I am hopeful of that. Will we see that? I don't know, because if Marvin Mims isn't there to go, that's kind of a deep threat we kind of lose. Obviously, for the Raiders offense, they have the luxury of not having to play Pat Surtain yet, even though the guys behind him, Chris Abrams-Drain, is doing well, minus the fact that he killed C.J. Stroud last week, but that is not the point. So, that is where I'm at. My prediction, 30-0. Obviously, Denver's going to cover the spread, whether it's 8.5, 9.5, 12.5, whatever the hell it is. By the time the game starts on Thursday, they will cover it easily. So, we will see what happens. I'm David. It's good to talk to you guys, and I will see you again soon for the postgame.